G'day legends, I hope you're all amazing. We've got the new NUX MG50Li on the bench today. This is their new flagship modeler and capture device, in addition to all the regular amp, cab and effect models that you get in the NUX ecosystem. They have this new image function which lets you capture pedals and amplifiers. You can also load in your own NAM captures in here and it will convert them into an image file that you can use. Now, I've created a bunch of presets for this unit that will ship as factory presets. I want to show you some of those tones, including going over some of the more unique amp models. Like there's a model of the Marshall Valvestate, the Marshall Astoria. You can do dual amps in here. I'll talk you through how the foot switching and the scenes works because there's some very cool flexible features. There is a looper in here as well. It's a USB audio interface. There is a lot going on and there's some nice pro ins and outs on here, including an effects loop, XLR outs, the whole kitchen sink. I didn't even mention at the start that this has an inbuilt battery, so you don't even have to have it plugged into a power supply. It's rechargeable. Plug your power supply in, bring it up to charge, and then you can plop this at the front of the stage, connect it, and you've got no extra power cables. Let's hear some tones. switches on the MG50 can perform multiple functions depending on the mode that you're in. If you're on the preset mode that I'm on at the moment, you simply select presets with the A, B, and C button. You can select scenes using the control button, and you can have this set up so you either toggle between scene 1 or 2, or you cycle scene 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so forth. You can also bank up and down with these buttons over here. If you hold both of these buttons, you will enter the looper mode. If you want to exit that and you simply press both of these, you enter stomp mode. And in stomp mode, the A, B, C buttons can be assigned to bypass or engage blocks. You can actually have A, B, and C engage multiple blocks at the same time. In this preset where I'm using a NAM capture of my Soldano, I've got the A button to kick in effects 1, which is an overdrive, the B button to bring in some modulation, and the C button to bring in the delay. You can then use the control button to cycle through your scenes over here. So you might want these as your instant access foot switches for pedal style effects, and then your scenes are going to cover your main sounds. Something else that you would have noticed while I was going through a couple of presets on there, in particular, this Astoria preset that I dialed in here, would be in the amp block, you can have different settings per scene. You can see that the gain control goes up for my third scene, and this applies to every effect block on here. You can even go through and select different blocks in different places, which does make it very versatile. You of course then have your edit mode on here. If you press this button, you can see this preset is using a NAM capture of my Boogie Mark IV. If I scroll across with this big encoder over here, I'm using my free IR that I've loaded in. There's an EQ, there's a send and return that I can set up. I've got a plate reverb in there. I've got this TC style chorus in the modulation section. These blocks are all empty on here, and I've got a delay, the pan delay at the end of the chain. So I can populate this with as much or as little that I like. And like I said earlier, you could have different delay types on different scenes, or different chorus or reverbs on different scenes. And then you can also change the settings in the amp block, which I think is a very cool feature. And essentially each preset can act as an interactive morphable rig. On top of all of that, you've got a control and expression section where you can set up your custom control settings. You can set what the expression pedal does. You've got a mixer console on here for your headphones, your main output, your XLR outs, and your USB ins and outs. You've also got an input trim set up for all of the inputs on here. So this is instantly accessible. I like that you've got all this tweakability at the tip of your fingers. There's a much more detailed settings menu on here as well. We should talk about the image feature, because this is pretty unique. You use it in conjunction with the NUX image software to create your own captures. You can also load in NAM captures like I've been using in here. I might do a separate video capturing some gear. If there's any interest, let me know in the comments section below. I have got my NAM captures shared on the ToneZone 3000 website as well, if you want to check those ones out. Big thank you to my buddy Roman Asafes, who helped me capture those. You should go and subscribe to his channel as well. However, that is more than enough for now. I'll play you out with some more tones on the MG50. Like I said at the top of the video, some of my presets are going to ship in here as factory presets, which I think is awesome. If you like what I'm doing here on the channel, you can check out some of my music. You can check out my Patreon, grab my free cab IR in the video description, and go and make some glorious guitar noises. See you on the next one.